The war that the world thought would never end may have just taken a turn no one expected. Donald Trump, the man once blamed for chaos in the Middle East, is now being called the man who might have ended it. In a stunning announcement, Trump declared that Israel and Hamas have agreed to the first phase of a peace plan, a plan that includes a complete ceasefire, a release of hostages, and a partial withdrawal of Israeli troops from Gaza. Hamas confirmed it too, saying that Israeli forces will begin pulling back, humanitarian aid will finally enter Gaza without obstruction, and that prisoners from both sides will be exchanged. Even Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu posted, "With God's help, we will bring them all home," a phrase that, for once, didn't sound like political theater, but like a rare moment of relief. But here's where things get complicated and controversial, because this peace wasn't brokered by the Biden administration, it was Trump, and that changes everything. The White House stayed silent for hours, while world leaders scrambled to confirm if the deal was real, and whether the United States government even had a role in it. A deal made outside official power, by a man not currently in office. That's the kind of twist no one saw coming. Supporters are already calling it the Trump redemption, saying he succeeded where Washington failed, while critics are calling it a political stunt, timed perfectly for an election cycle where foreign policy could make or break reputations. But beyond politics, this deal exposes something deeper: the hypocrisy of global leadership. The same media that once accused Trump of escalating conflict is now struggling to decide whether to praise him or pretend it didn't happen. For 2 years, Gaza burned, cities turned to dust, families torn apart, and every international summit promised peace, but delivered excuses. Then suddenly, without warning, a deal is signed, and it's Trump, not the diplomats, who gets the credit. Some analysts say this could reshape alliances across the Middle East. Others warn it might collapse in days, because the same militant groups, the same intelligence networks, and the same political mistrust that caused this war haven't disappeared overnight. Still, if even a temporary ceasefire holds, it's one of the biggest diplomatic shocks in years, a move that forces both Washington and Tel Aviv to rethink the power Trump still wields internationally. The deal reportedly came after months of secret backchannel communications, involving regional mediators, private envoys, and even former intelligence officials. And if the reports are true, this wasn't just Trump talking. It was a network of loyal operatives working quietly under the radar to deliver a result the establishment never could. But let's not ignore the skepticism. Critics are already asking, why now? Why right before the next election cycle heats up? Why was the announcement made on Trump's own platform before it reached the State Department? And if this peace collapses, who takes the blame? Even inside Israel, reactions are divided, some celebrating an end to endless conflict, others furious that it might reward Hamas with legitimacy, while Palestinian voices call it a small step toward recognition. And yet, history tells us, small steps are how major peace deals begin. So maybe this is history repeating, or maybe it's history rewriting itself. And whether you like Trump or not, his ability to shift the global narrative overnight remains unmatched. The real question now is simple: will the world let peace stand, or will politics destroy it before it begins? Because at this point, it's not about sides, it's about truth. And the truth is, this war didn't end with tanks. It ended with a headline no one expected: Trump, Gaza, peace, in the same sentence. And for once, the world is listening. This is Outsider's Take, where we look past the noise and ask what the world is really watching. Subscribe for more truth-based analysis, because the truth doesn't need to take sides, it just needs to be told.